All right, these guys are going live right here, right now on Tastes Clean TV. No more waiting. No more anything but insane frags right here on Acid WDM2. jwzr versus Overactive. And this is going to be rails on rockets at the moment. But holy crap, that rail angle, crazy. Ballin' rails. Oh, okay, that was just a bullshit flag rail. That was just, what are you pinging, Overactive? You're pinging 50. Yeah, that was like a flag that rail. Unless it's just my client being all like derpy, which is more than possible when connecting overseas. But what an insane rail combo from Overactive at the top of this map. Now he can't just hit the easy ones, but he can get a face rocket there. Y is going to be not so safe at the moment. Red Armor coming up. Mega going to be up in a moment too. I mean, this is a huge gamble for Overactive, favoring a little bit of aggression on Red in favor of a direct grab of Mega. But it's going to work out. He's going to get the grab. I'm not so sure it worked out for him, though. Hey, but a spawn on YA will certainly make it worthwhile. jwzr at 44 health. Quite a bit of armor. And he's not really wanting to get into a fight right now anyway. Not a whole lot to gain from it, but he's tied it back up 1-on-1. So there's another mega grab from Overactive. This time a little bit safer. It's going to be some traded damage. Going to be some self-damage from jwzr with those zone rockets, and that's going to open the door for Overactive to come in. I mean, jwzr didn't really have an EB there, so there's no real way he could have aggressed on jwzr at the long range. I mean, aggressed on Overactive. So now Overactive 140-140, controlling away the YA as well, because having it is more important than having that extra 20 armor. Oh, absolutely, but nice rail shots coming out of jwzr. jwzr saying, hey, you want to play it like that? I can play it like that. Nice. So now Overactive back up on top. Y is still several seconds away. Red's going to be up. Mega's going to be coming up at just about the same time, but it's going to be a grab there. Looking for the EV out of the teleporter. Not going to get it. Might as well lay down some baiting here at the yellow armor, but can he get up the wall? There you go. Just in time, too, just as his opponent's coming around the corner for the 50 health. He can take that back away, burn off a little bit of armor, and take away the YA. Perfectly orchestrated there, though it's a lot of time to just maintain the status quo and not do any real damage against jwzr. But here it comes. Plasma in the green corridor. jwzr is going to be able to take it out with the rocket, but now he should be weak enough for Overactive to come in here and own this red armor. With only a riot gun, he can't really defend all that well, however. So jwzr will be taking that lead there. With not a whole lot of health, still 5 seconds before Mega comes up. Overactive knows it and wants to clamp that off from him. But can he get the grab himself? Getting a 25 before the Mega would certainly be worthwhile, but oh no, stolen out from Red under his nose. Keeping it tight here 4-on-4. This time not having so much trouble with the jump from yellow armor, so you can grab that 50. And come back in here to make it a pretty even rocket-on-rocket fight, but it's going to be jwzr's rockets taking it home 5-on-4. Just back and forth here on WDM2. Plenty of acid, not a whole lot of control. So jwzr slowing it down a little bit here just to cement his relationship with that mega health. Plasma not quite on target, but his rockets are right there. There it is. It's a nice 2-frag lead there from jwzr. Taking a little bit of angry pancake love there. But he's still very well fit for the mid-map play. Overactive with only a handful of armor is not going to have the justification to show up, but he's going to have all the balls for it. Jumps in, gets a clean grab, and nails a perfect rocket right between jwzr's eyes. Now gets retaliated a little bit there, but more than worthwhile for Overactive there. Another nice EB. He can pull him with some of those rockets too. Clamp off the yellow armor room. But he ends up taking an EB from jwzr there. But now he can fight for the positioning on Red and or Mega, but he doesn't know the timing on Mega. It's going to make these next 5 seconds very, very touch and go for him. Oh, rocket a little bit early, can't quite get in the damage. And yeah, Mega's not going to be safe. It's going to be jwzr coming in, clamping it off. Overactive disappears through the teleporter. He's safe, actually. He makes it out of there alive, and there's no real retaliation on the yellow armor. jwzr really figured that he had that fight in the bag, so he just kept the chase going linearly. And did jwzr just die? I missed that. Oh, I know Adam. I just like switching manually for duels, just because who's making the frags is not quite as important as who has the momentum. So 7-on-5 here, jwzr in the lead. Actually using the rail zoom. I could never, yeah. But 7-on-5. Overactive, a little bit of armor to play with. Staying in the back hallways for now. Ooh. Those grenades aren't going to be getting any love as jwzr pops over the 50 health. Doesn't have any timing on Mega, just overlooking it. Yeah, he's spamming off on corridors on the assumption that, you know, his opponent's going to be coming in for these items, but he doesn't have the timing. He's just waiting out, baiting out, seeing if he can get anything out of this. And of course he can't, so 8-on-5. What he needs right now is one lucky grab. Yeah, and that'll be overactive, killing himself there, so 8-on-4 now. Oof. Jeez, the lag that I'm getting in the server is insane. But jwzr is able to maintain some momentum. But it's going to be shut down very quickly, and there's not only a frag there, but there's a mega spawn, not so much a mega grab. There we go. But that's the break that overactive needed there. Now let's see if he can actually turn it into anything. jwzr, some decent plasma coming across the way there, but he only has Raikon and plasma. He's been alive for a good 20 seconds now. But he's really bereft of any sort of weapons. Wow, that lag is amazing. Jeez. Yeah, so this will be good plasma. And jwzr's going to be waiting out for this mega now. He has absolutely no timing on it now. Overactive might be staying away, however. 50 health isn't up. For him right now, a 50 is just as good as a mega. So 2 more seconds to mega. He could take away a 50, take away a 25, and come back in. Still 10 seconds before red comes up. Oh man, this lag, what the yeah. Let me check my stream real quick, making sure I'm not dropping any actual frames. No. Bandwidth is still good. It's just that latency across them oceans. Oh well, 90s me would be really happy to be able to get this, so can't complain too much. But overactive still only down by 3. He's got plenty of armor. But yeah, the rockets are a good antidote against the plasma there. But yeah, Gunblade right at the YA is going to be a perfect way for overactive to get back in on the map. 2 seconds to red, and overactive might be able to land right on top of it at the right time. A little bit of plasma coming out of jwzr. Not enough to really scare overactive at all coming into the mega. So rockets haven't really been overactive's forte here. But at the moment he's been forced to use them, having nothing else. No precious plasma or EB. And it surprises me that this map is almost already elapsed. Just because this has just been so back and forth the entire time. That was a critical rail for overactive to miss, however. I mean, yeah, he was not likely going to be able to survive that fight, but knocking down some of jwzr's stack is absolutely imperative at this point. He has everything that he needs here. Nicely done. Nicely done. So it looks like jwzr might be able to stay in the running here for Acid WDM2. Especially with consecutive rails like that. Yeah, so now jwzr's just getting locked into this thing, no problem. So overactive, I mean, this time against Pufftar we saw him have these really minute changes to his strat depending on how in control and how well stacked he was. And here, overactive being knocked out of control has had to take an unusually long time. Jeez, that lag. An unusually long time to, you know, get some semblance of the timing back. He hasn't really been listening for it so much as just looking out and poking out and, you know, sticking his neck out for these items that may or may not exist for him. And of course, you know, if you stick your neck out, it's going to get cut. So 22 seconds left on the clock, and yeah, 15 on 8. It looks like jwzr and overactive may have a very solid win for jwzr in the first map. And of course, Kurtball is watching both of these guys. Like Shang Tsung. Or Shao Kahn, more specifically, according to the map. You know, like sitting in the throne, watching you two fight. It's like... Okay, that was a stretch. But 16 on 10, no stretch of an imagination for jwzr taking that first map. Acid WDM2 going to him very, very handily. Thank you guys for waiting. Always appreciate it. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
All right, going to be following overactive out of the gate. He's going to be spawning across from Riot Gun and LG, getting those grabs very quickly. jwzr with a very early EB. And he's looking for the shots here. At 46 health, though, looking for this Mega and the YA. I mean, this is going to be really nasty. All right, so there's a Mega. That's 120 health, though. There's the YA. And so jwzr gave up a lot there. That was really good initial damage out of overactive with the Riot Gun, even at that range. A little bit of softening up goes a long way when it comes to that initial grab for the Mega. jwzr taking one more rail, 3 health. Overactive at 1, oh my god.
You've lost the lead.
Jeez. So jwzr taking that first frag, but he's still going to be very weak, of course. So it comes down to how he plays out the next 20 seconds with his stack. There's the Mega grab. Just needs to avoid some damage here. Of course, overactive will have a bit of armor out of the gate as well. But 4 health left for overactive. jwzr still looking at a fairly full stack. Compared to overactive anyway. But he's been able to pick up the 50 health. Y is going to be up and safe. Another 50, and he's back up to essentially 100-100. So 2 seconds to Mega, and overactive has dibs on it here. As long as he doesn't get too flooded. No. jwzr is going to get away with that, no problem. So overactive going into very heavy silent mode. It's hunt for a red October time here. Oof, and that bounce back absolutely brutal on overactive. jwzr just sticking out like, no, get out of my room. So just the initial 2 minutes, and we have initial 2 frags out of jwzr. And he is looking stacked to the teeth. Nice rail there. Keeping overactive down. I hope Aftar is watching, because this is exactly what he needed when he was playing against overactive. These little sniper shots. Keeping overactive plus backing a whole lot. Not quite realizing when he's dropping down right on top of jwzr's face. But overactive, you know, he's able to stab back with the very same sort of strat. So far, jwzr's rails have been a little bit more accurate. And, of course, jwzr is bouncing that with all sorts of armor pickups. Oh, come on. There's so much latency there for jwzr to punish that Mega much more effectively. So now he's lost Mega. He's lost a whole lot of health. And overactive just did a complete 180 on the stack advantage in this map. So now he needs to open the floodgates a bit and let some damage come out. Some defensive plasma coming out here. Overactive really wants to fight, though, and even if he can't get it, he can circle back around and be ready for the next red. But that's him getting up on the board, 2-on-1 now. He needs to come back in time for red. Here he is in the room, but it's going to be not a great entry for him. Okay, it's going to be safe. jwzr just completely leaves it up, but he's got plenty of armor himself. And they go completely quiet, save the sound of that fan. I just love that sound effect so much. jwzr, top of the map. We have overactive coming through TP. Trying to stab out. He's able to recover back on the red without any retaliation from jwzr. Oh, but coming out around the corner for the 50 health. There's all the pain that we were looking for before. jwzr taking that third frag very decisively. Still plenty of health after the Mega. Some major punishment happening, not at the red, but at the 50 health corner. And a dunk like that will keep overactive running. Oof. So red will be up just as overactive leaves it. And again, that's something you only see from Warsaw players. They'll like run over an item going, all right, I know the timing for this, but they're like half a second off. And then they'll just completely run past it. Just leave it up. Because they're so precise that even the little tiny bits of imprecision will end up killing them. It's exactly what jwzr is doing right now. Punishing overactive for every little half second off. But hey, when in doubt, just flood the room with rockets and grenades. Can't go wrong there. But Mega pickup from jwzr. Overactive still running, trying to get back up to 100-100. And there's a very nice switch over to LG. That was a very wise one. I was expecting an initial EB there, but it meant that if that EB failed, everything would have gone tits up for him very, very quickly. But jwzr was able to take that frag. 63 health left over. And opts for the red armor instead of the 50 pickup. You chose poorly. So overactive is able to get a frag back up on the board. He doesn't have timing on Mega, though. This is dangerous for him. So dangerous. He knows timing on red, though, so he knows he's not missing anything by doing this. He just not really getting any initiative on the map here. But he can come back in on red. jwzr still has a little bit of armor to play with here. The LG is going to be dangerous, though, and one health. And overactive is looking for the last little bit. Rockets aren't quite going to do it, and he loses all of his armor just trying to chase that unicorn. So jwzr taking the armor and the 50 health. It's all he has to his name right now. With the one shot of EB left, is it going to connect? He's waiting for the corner. He hears the green armor. He's able to pick up the mega health. Jeez. So there's the EB from overactive. I mean, he was down to 24 himself. Every item is risky for both of these guys right now. He really needs that 25. This ain't a fucking game. So 6-on-2. 4 minutes left on the clock. 4 frags between them. But overactive hasn't been playing this thing stupidly. I mean, there have been a few mistakes, but they've been honest mistakes with good intentions. He's got a good heart, people. This comes down to some of these shots, and fights like this is going to be a flatline fight. 1 health left for overactive, and unlike overactive, jwzr can actually finish a fight like that. But hey, overactive can turn it right back around off the spawn. Keeping it close, keeping it within 2 frags. And even with only plasma, overactive ends up getting a decent amount of damage. Yeah, you have to be really close to the items to actually pick them up. It requires some amount of precision in your movement. But overactive's so much on tilt right now. But we've seen both of these guys come back from like 1 point of health to 100-100 fairly quickly on this map. They're only really clashing at Mega and Red. And this Red might be safe for overactive. We hear Mega. Ooh. Tricky choice from overactive there. Stick around for the 1 potential EB with a risk of trading, or go for the safer red armor immediately. And so far for overactive, he's been able to get 2 for 1. And jwzr is now haunting this red armor with absolutely no knowledge of when it's going to be coming up, but he's still able to pull it together with a beautiful plasma to EB combo. Only 14 health, though, with the 25. It's still not going to save him from overactive, trying to barrel on up here and make it happen with Raikkonen. Well, he ends up taking an EB to the face for his troubles, but he's able to come back with that red armor. He's got plasma gun now. He still doesn't want to switch to it. jwzr is at 52 health. But 2 minutes, 3 frags. jwzr barely holding on to this. Overactive. Well stacked enough to allow a fight, but he breaks it off in order to grab the red. But with the time being what it is right now, any initiative that he loses by breaking off for items is going to be really, really harsh. But fortunately, he's able to find jwzr hiding in a corner. And there's all sorts of historical precedent that says that that just doesn't work. 8-on-6. Overactive has jwzr on tilt, more on weapons than anything else right now. 1 frag, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Just about. jwzr still hasn't been able to grab anything other than plasma. Now, granted, he's able to do a lot with that plasma. Oh, jeez. That accuracy is just insane. And so overactive leaves the fight. Still only down by 1, but he needs to not lose this initiative. So there's the red armor pickup. It's going to be enough to keep jwzr alive a little bit more, but oh, getting caught with his pants down at the bottom of the map with this LG. jwzr getting nailed on down. A very nice stairway play, making it very difficult for those rockets to find their way home. And now jwzr is going to be caught in the corner once again. Will this be enough plasma? Mid-air plasma, just straight down. It's going to be enough to take the 1 frag lead, only 88 health. I mean, this is not going to be a safe place for overactive to stick around, but with 7 health, he's able to stay with the frag, stay in the lead. 1 little bit of gunblade would take him on down. So, like, red armor, is that really what you want right now? The 50 is definitely where he needs to be. 15 seconds, 2 frags. He may just slow spawn this crap. Yep, hiding behind the pillar. Way better than the corner. Yeah. Oh no, you didn't slow spawn? Oh, but there we have it. 9 on 10, and Overactive is able to keep this thing close. 1 on 1 now. We are at map tied.
2.
Here we go.
1.
Tiebreaker, guys. It's serious business now. jwzr versus Overactive. Lower bracket final. Kind of an easy opening for jwzr here so far. Taking some rocket to plasma combo, taking away that mega health. And that's always a difficult one, especially if you can't make your damn jump. Holy crap, jwzr completely failed that jump entirely. I mean, it's always a little tricky because, ooh. Yeah, once you grab mega health, you need to make your way back up to YA to make that side of the map really worthwhile for you. Okay, CG underscore okay. Why is it CG underscore volume and not like S underscore whatever? Whatever. That's still not the way it should be. But yeah, if you can't convert from Mega to YA, you really lose the benefit of having that side of the map in the first place. And so it takes long enough after, you know, you make the grab from the Mega to the YA for the... It takes long enough that the player who grabbed red armor can really come in and aggress on your face before you're really solid up there. So, yeah, if anything, you know, YA to Mega, folks. For sure. Yeah, you can end up getting trapped there, but you have a few more options than you do trying to rocket jump or gunblade jump up onto the YA itself. But that'll be 1 on 1 here. Overactive still running this thing with 50 health left over. Got the YA available up here. jwzr looking for this red, and it's going to be up, but Overactive's going to be up on his face as well. 39 health left for him. And he's looking for a bit of recovery before he goes back on the aggressive. Oh god, Fairy, don't ever say that. I just puked a little. Was looking for that last rail, couldn't quite get it. jwzr able to get out of this thing alive with 16 health, but the lower YA is sort of the obvious place to go for recovery. And Overactive needed some recovery too, so beating your opponent there wasn't quite ideal. And Overactive is now just starting to run this thing. Which, of course, in Warsaw on a map like this is no surefire bet of a victory, with the time being what it is, this early in the clock. But any sort of headroom that Overactive can pull together here will certainly be good for him. Gonna take a quick look here at jwzr. Doesn't have anything at the moment. Yeah, just gonna be plus warding against Overactive, just no weapons. There's plasma picked up. And grenades of all things. He's looking a little bit stuck here. Like he doesn't know where he wants to be. So he was able to come back through on Mega. We just heard Mega spawn up. He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. Something's up pricking on my ears. He's able to get that pick up. There's a nice shiny rocket launcher for him there. Nice, shiny, and new, and useful. And yeah, there you go. So he's got Mega, and he's well up on weapons now. But at the bottom of the map, he really has to watch his entrance back up to the top. A really quiet play from him. I mean, right now, that leaves Overactive with just about everything other than Mega. Back down to your hole, and yeah, this is not going to be a good news situation for jwzr there. But he did enough damage that hopefully he could put Overactive on tilt, but being caught here in the ramp up to the 50 health, it's not going to be doing him any good. But look at this. He wants to grab an LG and push it forward, and that can work. You just cannot stop for whatever reason until your opponent is dead. If you give away 5 frags to make 1 frag and get control, cool. If you give away 4 frags and then give up because you don't think you can do it, well, guess what? You just gave up 4 frags for nothing. So it's aggression that he absolutely needs to keep carrying on in order to get anything out of it. Or he could just kill himself. That's a thing too. But 9 on 0 here so far. He's finally able to get back up on the board. But now he's waiting for this Mega. He doesn't have any armor. So I mean he's going to be going from the Mega to the YA. Which we've already seen is a little bit dangerous. There's the TP exit from Overactive, and a really good initiative from jwzr to make sure that Overactive won't be getting his dirty mitts on the red armor. It meant giving up armor himself, but more than worth it. He really wants that YA though. Nice. So we're starting to get a little bit of movement here. Not looking quite as stuck as he was in the earlier minutes. But halfway through, we're looking at 2 on 9. And this is a map that you can really slow down. This is a map you can really grind to a halt. Now, Overactive, I'm not sure if we've seen him show the capability to do that when things get close in time for him. But in the first map, we certainly saw jwzr be able to make this comeback happen and keep pushing Overactive until he fell over. So 3 on 9. Overactive with just the rockets. Rotten Rose with the godly sneezes. I don't know if you guys heard that, but probably, because I know the neighbors did. But 5 frags between them now. Overactive still running this. Or running away, rather. Trying to avoid these fights, having only rockets and plasma to play with. He's finally able to take up EB, but down here, EB's going to be difficult to work with. He can get the jump denial for the red armor, but now he doesn't have enough health to try to go for it himself. He needs to leave this fight in order to come back on a better angle. And the red's going to be up, and jwzr is going to have a better angle by that time as well. So that's going to be 5 frags in a row for jwzr. Overactive now picking up Mega off of the spawn. jwzr is going to have to, well, hurt himself. Well, okay, yeah, hurt himself with the YA. That works out. We had some shots fired in chat, though. jwzr is finally able to make the clean grab for the red. Oh, but that straight down EB, that's not going to be helping out jwzr at all. He's still at 100-100. Overactive's got Mega, but not much else. He's waiting for this yellow. He's really waiting for this yellow. There it is. But that allowed jwzr just to stay down below and make good use of that LG. And go, fine. By the time you leave, Mega will be up and I'll be totally fine. Now that'll necessitate a trade for Mega and Red, so jwzr being a little bit smarter than that is making a big gambit here to grab Red and then circle back around and try to get Mega before Overactive gets there, and he just barely doesn't make it. But that only leaves Overactive with 139 health. But right now, every frag with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, you can't be throwing them away in favor of these little inertia changes. So 2.5 minutes left here. Overactive doing good damage. Pushing it forward to a frag, actually, you know, my philosophy is if you cripple your opponent and he has to spend a minute to get back up to 100-100, that's just as good as a frag if it means that he's not going to be aggressing on you. But Overactive really wants to make this thing as decisive as possible. So we have a Mega and Red Armor trade. Overactive, plenty of weaponry here. jwzr, well, enough to do the work. No plasma, though. Which in any other game wouldn't mean anything. But in all the major games that we've seen so far here today, plasma is such a decider. Especially in close range fights like that. Overactive is going to be killing himself. 5 to 10 once again. 1 minute 40 seconds. jwzr going silent for the moment. Just hoping to catch Overactive at an oblique angle. He can get a little bit of plasma love in there. No EB. But that means a free red for him. And a free Mega. He actually looks a little bit surprised, like, oh, alright, thanks. Yeah. Now I just need to find them. And yeah, this is going to be a difficult fight to leave. It's going to be one more rocket, and Overactive is going to be pulled on down. So 1 minute, 4 frags. But jwzr is still down at the bottom of the map, and I'm not sure where he wants to go right now. I mean, Overactive is starting to go very defensive. This is definitely the time to do it. Overactive run. Oh, you get a lot more out of not running. Oh, wow. A rocket like that? Yeah. It's going to be a shot like that that'll win this thing for Overactive. Just a denial rocket. Take away all of your speed. take away all of your Megger. I mean, Overactive is now going to be running this thing with his pants around his ankles, but enough time has elapsed. He might be able to keep doing that. 3 frags, 18 seconds. Ooh, nice gunblade jump. Nice grab of that red armor, but he's prioritizing items over finding Overactive right now. And right now, he could do it. 7 seconds, 2 frags. Nope, not going to find him. Not going to find him off the spawn.
3, 2, 1.
And there we have it. Overactive taking jwzr down from the lower bracket.